name is Brenda Lowe, and today we're going to talk about children learning through play, one of my favorite topics. And we're going to talk about children's interests. We'll talk about setting the stage and some ideas that we can actually do with incorporating different ideas into our domains. Now, one of the things is children learn best through play, but we hear that, but how and why? Well, because children are actually exploring. They're exploring their interests, their natural curiosity is kicking in, and then they begin to retain that information naturally, all the while when they don't even know that they're learning and absorbing information. That's the part that's really neat. So then, how do we do that as teachers? How do we capture that interest? How do we know what that interest is? Some of the things we can do as the adults in the room is through our observations. So we start to notice when a child is interested in the cars. We just kind of pick up on that, like he's really interested in the cars, or she is really interested in bubbles. Mental note. I'm going to pick up on that and I'm going to work that into some of the activities that I had planned. Another thing, and we don't talk about this as much, as trial and error. It's okay to come up with an idea of activities and things I want to work with the kids and it doesn't work out. Okay, let's try something else. Because the only way we're going to find out if the kids love it or not is if it does or doesn't work. And so it's okay if it doesn't, because now you know. And if it doesn't work, maybe we just try it a different way, and that's okay too. Another thing I like to do is I like to talk to the kids. I like to ask them. So tell me, like, what do you like to do? What do you do at home? I like when they're eating. That's a good time to ask those questions. Like, what did you do on the weekend? What did you do at the park? What did you do with mom and dad? What games did you play with your siblings? Like, this is a prime time when they're eating and they're just kind of relaxed and they're just in their natural state and they just start talking and they tell you everything about them. And it's like mental note of all of those things that they are thinking and things that they love. And I know you've seen and you've heard them talk about lots of things while they're in their natural state of play as well. That's another perfect time to write down a couple of notes on things that they're loving. Then you gather those notes, and when you're planning your activities for the week, that's when you're like, we're gonna try this week, because a lot of my kids are really interested in construction. So I'm gonna take that interest and we're going to adapt some of the things that I wanna teach with the interest that they are interested in, and we're gonna blend that together. Now, setting the stage with the classroom. That can be fun. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Is you can add some items to your area and say nothing, and let it be a very natural surprise. And I'll explain that in a minute. The other thing you can do, especially when you're adding a new activity or a new game, where the material needs to be handled a certain way, is to have a small group, or in a group time actually present it and show them how to work this. And I'm talking both center-based and family child care here. And show them how to work with the materials. Then you put it, and then you explain to them some, during the day, this is how we're gonna be, everybody's gonna get a chance to use this material, and then away we go. One challenge is that I've noticed with teachers, both family child care again and center-based, is that we think about our areas. So we have our dramatic play area, we have our literacy area, we have our blocks area, and we think about, well, what am I going to do, Brenda? I just have these areas, and so when I'm trying to add interest areas, and I'm trying to blend the areas, if you will, combining areas, I don't want to mix them, or I don't know how to mix them, and so we get stuck. And I'm here to tell you it's okay. Let's challenge ourselves, and I'll show you what I mean. Take the concept of the different developmental domains, and it's okay to mix them up a little bit. So in the writing table, for example, you can, like typically we have pens, we have paper, we have, we might have markers, we have these different materials. I was talking with a family child care worker the other day, and she had said, you know what I did to add a little bit of math? I added a calculator. Oh, wrong way. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. She didn't say anything to the children. She had it there. And she's like, and the kids went crazy on the calculator. That is a great way to introduce some math. Of course, you could show them how to use it. This is a very complicated calculator. I can't even tell you. I know how to work it very well. I've seen more simpler ones. Whatever you've got at home, whatever you've got laying around your classroom, this is okay. And then you can put it away and try something else. This is what I'm talking about. Dramatic play area. Dramatic play area. We can have fun with this area. This doesn't have to be just babies and a couple boxes of food. I have seen teachers make this into a pizza parlor. I have seen teachers make this into a flower shop. We could add in, okay, grab the calculator back out. I have seen teachers grab science materials in there. They take the baby dolls out for a little bit, and then they add in some other materials, and the kids have fun. I saw a teacher one time, and she turned it into a vet clinic. And the kids brought in animals from their home, or you could use the ones in your center. And they had like little like stethoscopes, and they had all of these materials. Band-Aids. They had Band-Aids for the stuffed animals. It was a hoot. The kids loved it, and she had it be part of like a career learning week. It was so much fun. So that's like dramatic play, some areas. Oh, at airport, you could do like a spaceship. There's all kinds of different things. You could do a cookie bake sale. Who doesn't want to do a cookie bake sale? That's a lot of fun. The reading areas, that can be a challenge. The reading area. What else can I do in the reading area, Bren? What can I do to jazz up the reading area? Reading, listening. So not only can we have books in there, but it's also another skill that we can add to the reading area would be having like a book by cassette would be the old way to do it, but like a book on CD, or nowadays is even more tech friendly where you can have it on the computer where they can follow along with their books. And then it's also on the computer or something like that, where it's like they're listening to it at the same time that they're reading. Those are really neat ideas. So think outside the box is what I'm saying, of what can I do to incorporate another element to the current area that I'm working with. One area that's super challenging is the block area. So it's like, okay, Brian, the blocks, the big clunky blocks, what am I gonna do with that? So I have personally even just grabbed a clipboard, smaller ones even, those half ones are even better, and have put scrap pieces of paper and some pencils in there. And I have done like, we're gonna do our word of the week is skyscraper, and I've done books and we've done the skyscrapers, and have the clipboards there, and I walk away. And before they're into their creation, they're drawing their skyscrapers before they're building their skyscrapers. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. There's a writing element and they're building their blocks. That is incredible. And afterwards, because they're building it together, I take a picture of their creation and send that home for the parents to see. Their social skills right there. Oh, cooking with kids. How many of you like cooking with kids? I'm a cooking with kids lover. There's math right there if they're measuring. Social skills if they're taking turns. And that's science. After it's been baked, they get to see it went from like blueberry muffin mix to blueberries. That change is science. And if you are to write out that recipe, there's a literacy element right there too. It's that simple. So you're thinking of your intentionality as a teacher. What am I trying to work on with these children? What do I want? What's the skill that I'm trying to work on? It doesn't have to be boring. What are they interested in? Let me bring my learning to them in what they're interested in. I was having a conversation with a teacher the other day, and they were working on one of their goals is they were wanting to increase the social skills with this young man and two of his friends. And so we were talking about the interest, and they were really interested in blocks and building. And so we had come up with this idea of building in a small group type of area, building a ramp. So they would build this ramp, and they're going to grab some cars, and they're going to, so it's going to be a math thing where they're going to build the ramp. So that's going to be their interest, build the ramp, and they're going to do math because they're going to predict which of the cars is going to be faster. And the social part is that they're going to be doing this together in a small group, just the three of them, as they're going to work on taking turns, sharing, doing this together, making this creation together, predicting together, figuring this out together, and we'll see how this goes. But we're taking a goal that the teacher has been working on so hard, and we're going to incorporate something those three children are so interested in, and we're going to make a sandwich. We're going to put it all together, blend it together. Let me give you one more example. Let me pick on the block area again, because I know that can be a super challenging area. As a teacher myself, one year I just needed to do something different with the blocks because I had done something so cool with all of the different areas, but the block area I was kind of stuck on. So you know what I did? I grabbed those flashcards. You know those flashcards you can get from the dollar store or from the Target section? And those are those cool, like you can get all kinds of them. You can get animals, you can get shapes, you can get all kinds. I didn't say anything to them. It was a surprise. Remember I was talking about setting the stage and building interest? Surprise, I didn't say anything. And I found my special book, I call this book tape. Mailing tape, I call it book tape. And I took my block and I taped it down to the block and I hid it on the shelf. And I did a couple like that. I think I went with a letter of the week. The children were in there building with their block. They found what I had done. Oh, they were so excited. They kept digging. It was like they were digging for gold. So then I was like, ooh, what else could I do with this? Like they were finding letters like B for Brenda. This is my name, Mrs. Brenda. This is my name. And I was like, yes. Like they were so excited. And so then I would find, like when I was doing like word of the week, I would find the word and I would put them in there. A couple of them. Why not? I had so many different cards. And if I didn't have the card, I would print them off and make them. Why not? They had so much fun with that. Just some ideas. I know I threw a lot at you today, but I'm always thinking of different ideas of what can we do differently in the classroom with the kids. I'm always interested in what can I do to generate their interest because I want to increase their learning. I want to help these children reach their academic goals while I want them to have fun. And you know what else? If they're having fun and learning, I am too. Take care.